Today it's time to do another flight on this Esky Eyas, kind of interesting name. It's yellow, it's really simple. I've replaced then the prop on this RCL plane to a Master Airscrew 3.2. So it will be interesting to see if I just get some added power with this yellow bird.
Without too much time on the runway, then I'm up in the air. I can definitely say that with this 6 by 3.2 Master Airscrew prop, then so far it just feels way more agile. Really able to fly this plane tight. And just as the Aeroscout then from Hobby Zone, I think, it screams just as ugly as the Aeroscout. I mean, they are more or less just the same plane, apart then from this paint job on this plane and the electronics inside. But they really nicely aerobatic model this plane. Very easy to just orientate thanks to the shape of the plane and also the color. I think that this plane looks just so much more pleasing than the Aeroscout. It's also really, it's not an expensive plane, of course. Nothing more than foam then, and a few wheels and some electronics inside. Let's get this one down. No throttle, let it glide. It glides really well. Just a little bit of throttle to keep it from plopping down. So this plane really likes to glide. And if you're a beginner, you can live with this screaming prop noise. I think that this kind of has to be one of the most ultimate beginner RCL planes there are, and still you can have just lots of fun with this plane if you're more experienced, just having to do some trimming. Just to keep it from pitching up too much. Does feel better now. Let's get this one down. Just a tiny bit of throttle and just no throttle in the end. So super easy to get down. And if you're a beginner, probably what you will do is just to fly too low and too slow. And then as this plane just glides so really well, it's a good thing because it means it won't really stall on you, I suppose. Really large wheels also and robust. When you want to push it, it's really straight, and I have an AR630 receiver then with AS3X inside and safe. So of course AS3X just take care of much of the wind gusts, but today I have very little wind. I have to fly this tight pattern then. Rolls really easy, a little bit more sluggish in the other direction. That's when I want to have a throttle push. It responds really well and so much better than the stock prop this plane came with. So I will just highly recommend this Master Airscrew 6 by 3.2 3-bedded prop. I think I just purchased a few of them. If I would break the prop, but I don't think I will break the prop on this plane, as the prop is then protected behind the wing. And the screaming noise then is, I mean, a pusher like this plane then it's more noisy, and also just a high kV motor, so it will just scream really ugly. You cannot really increase the prop size then as the tail section gets in the way. So here comes another landing. I mean, even if it plops down in the end, doesn't look too bad. It's a really enjoyable plane to land, and not too difficult to take off either. So let's get this one down the last time then. I mean, it just drops really nice. Good ground handling. You could certainly just fly and take off on rougher grass. Enjoyable plane then, except for this screaming noise.
With this prop then, I think that this plane really comes alive. It was a really huge difference because I mean, the maiden flights I did with this plane with the stock propeller, it was just, I mean, I really couldn't take off. I don't know if when I purchased the Starship plane and the prop was mounted, maybe it was mounted backwards, I don't know. But certainly this one is mounted in the right direction, and it provides plenty of power, and it just means that this Esky plane then just flies so much more fun. And the only thing holding me back to fly this plane more is the really screaming noise of the prop, because the motor just spins at such a high kV, and then it's a small prop. You cannot really have a larger prop, because then you will hit the tail section. But in general, to be a all-arounder, fantastic plane. You have a tricycle gear, really easy to just to take off and to land. You more or less just kill the throttle, glide down and flare, and eventually you will land this plane. Super easy built. 3 screws then for this top wing. You have to plug in the ailerons, all other servos then are connected. And for the tail section, you just have to slide in the carbon fibrous bar and the 2 pieces, and then snap in the landing gears and screw the front gear in. So really simple build. You have a top hatch, a little bit tight fit then just for a 3S 2200 milliamp battery. But other than that, just apart from the screaming noise, really fantastic and fun flying RC plane.